Okay, let's imagine you go to a restaurant, and there's two combos that you can order. The first one is, a nice cheeseburger with pickles and tomatoes and the whole thing. And the drink is a big, nice cup of warm bug juice. Okay? They say, okay, if you don't want that, that's okay, we have another combo. This one has a big, tall Coke with ice, and it's delicious. But for the meal, you're going to get a rock. So which one are you going to choose? Okay, well, what if I get to choose one for the other, And that's my point. Why do we have to pick our president and our vice president together? Why can't we pick them separately? And I am in no way comparing president or the vice president to a bug or a rock, okay? I respect the bugs and the rocks. My name is Jeze, and my claim is there are significant advantages to electing the vice president separately. First one is that the people should be able to choose the best candidate instead of just a packet, instead of two people. Why would you have to choose, two at the same time? The guy that can't lift his arms beyond his, shoulders, and a girl that was raised shooting mooses from the helicopter. So that's the packet you get. And then from the other, you get a guy that might be too liberal. And then the guy that wants to be president himself. You ran back in February. You lost, so now he's vice president. Do we have to choose one group or the other? Why can't we pick one of each? Why do we have to just stay in that? Now, my second point is that if we are allowed to choose that way, then the parties will actually take more consideration of picking their vice president. They'll actually think, better. I'm going to offer these people a better option, not just someone that complements, this other person. According to, for example, the Washington Times say that Joe Biden was actually elected by Barack Obama because he has a lot of foreign policy, experience, which Obama lacks, since he's only served a couple of terms as Senator of the United States. And it is true. And that's what McCain actually, tries to attack against Obama. This whole, I'm a maverick, I knew how to do and handle all these things, and I have experience, and I have blah, 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 blah. They're hoping to solve this with Joe Biden. And the other way around, too, Hillary Clinton loses elections, and all these women, they might not vote for Obama, so why not elect a vice president, candidate that's a woman? So that way I can get at least a percentage out of those folks that are not going to vote for Obama because they just have their set on the woman. Great thing to do, right? Great policy. But why do we have to, find this category? Now, my third one and the most important one is that the Constitution doesn't prevent that, or nor the federal law. In fact, in California, we get to elect our governor and our lieutenant governor separately. They can be from different parties. That's perfectly fine. And in fact, sometimes they work together. For example, according to the Cornell website, the 12th Amendment said that it actually says that the president and the vice president will be elected depending on the votes that they get. They could run separately. Whoever gets the most votes, they'll win. It's not like in 1796 and 1800 when we have that whole thing, two people would run. The first place would be the president, the second place would be the vice president. We have that with John Adams and Thomas Jefferson. Two great people, but because we have two such powerful beings, that's when the 12th Amendment was written, to prevent that from happening again. Now, say, why do I care? Why should I care if you elect these guys? They're pretty much the same thing, right? Democrats, Republicans, come on, it's going to take at least 10 years to get us out of this slump. Why would I care about having someone like this? Well, yeah, you should care. Why? Because we are the country that supposedly is going overseas fighting for democracy. We're expanding it everywhere. And yet, we are closing our eyes to this type of democracy. Checks and balances is such an important part of our Constitution. Why not have those checks and balances in the executive power? Why not have the vice president check the president? And you might say, well, the vice president doesn't really have that much power. And that's true, Unless the president is on vacation, he's really not anything to do. Well, unless there's a tie in the Senate, then he can go and, vote against, be the person that breaks the tie. Well, what if they die? What if the president dies? Do we really want, what if we vote for McCain? What if you really like McCain? You don't really like Senator Palin. And McCain might die, and what, he would be the oldest president to take office if he wins. So there's a big chance he will die. And Senator Palin will be president. Now, do you want that, or do you want to pick someone else? I'm not saying who to pick. I'm not telling you Republicans and Democrats do whatever you want to do. But why not have more options?